Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Swan Valley Statutory Planning Committee meeting of the 30th of October 2024. In opening the meeting, I'd like to acknowledge that the meeting is being live streamed, and I welcome anyone that is available for viewing via the Commission's website as well as YouTube. I wish to advise observers that committee members may refer to devices such as phones and laptops throughout the meeting to assist them in considering the information before them. In meeting today, I acknowledge that we are meeting on the traditional lands of the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation and pay our respects to elders past and present. Apologies and leave, but all other members are here attending in person today. And disclosures of interest, I have received nil, but members, are there any disclosures of interest? Thank you very much. And declaration of due consideration. Can all members please indicate that they have considered the agenda ahead of today's meeting? Thank you all. Previous minutes of the 18th of September 2024. Could I please have a mover and seconder that we adopt the minutes? Moved by Councillor Zanino, seconded by Commissioner Brooks. All those in favour? They are carried. Thank you very much. Deputations and presentations. To note that we have received a written deputation at item 2.1, which is on the development application roof structure at 221 Moore Road, Herne Hill. And that written deputation is from the applicant Claire McLean of Town Planning and Urban Design. So we'll move now to matters for consideration. There are two non-confidential items for today's meeting, and the first item is 3.1, a development application for the roof structure at lot 221 Moore Road, Herne Hill for determination. And we have a Mark, thank you very much for the report. It is quite straightforward, but I'm just wondering if there's anything that you wish to add or whether you're just happy to take questions.
Yeah, both, Madam Chair. Thank you for that. Yes, look, it's one of those sites that is quite interesting in the proposal. I think on quite a lot of sites in the valley it might not be suitable. Sam and myself went out to sort of double check the aerial photo, very well maintained. The actual site itself we're going to cover is a significant setback from the boundaries. There's quite a few trees.
test the audio, please. Test 1 2, test 1 2. Thank you, Belinda. I'll just confirm that we're back online on YouTube. And we are. So back over to you. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. And apologies to anyone viewing. We lost contact there, but thanks for your patience.
Yes, so just on that issue of the proposed Zincalume, the use of Zincalume for the roofs, again, it's an issue that Sam and I walked around the site and had a look at it, and due to the very low incline of the roof, we don't think it will cause any issues. The trees around the site are higher than the top of the roof itself. So, yeah, the support is as per the recommendation.
Thank you, Mark. Members, any questions?
Yeah, just a couple of questions of clarification. I've had a number of inquiries from neighbours and whatever with regards to they're referring to it as a shed. Technically, I mean, would it be a shed, or because it's not actually a shed, it's just a cover over an arena?
Yes,
So,
sorry.
Yeah, so technically it's not a shed, is it?
No, through you, Chair, yeah, technically it would actually be a rural structure. Although a rural structure, I think the specific definition talks about it not being enclosed on 3 sides, but it is going to be enclosed on the 2 ends.
Yeah.
And we've tried to look at it on the basis that what if they did want to enclose it fully and it was a shed? So we've considered it on both ways, and we still think it would be a reasonable use for that site and in that location. But yes, technically it is what we would say is a rural structure.
One other question to follow up is, I mean, for what the purpose that they've actually specified, it's permissible. But technically, if the current owners of the property were to sell the land and somebody else bought the property and didn't want to use it as an arena or for equine purposes, and they wanted to use it as a shed, would the new owners have to put an application to convert it to a shed, or would they be able to just enclose it, put a concrete floor and use it as a shed?
Yes, it would, through you, Chair, it would depend on the use of exactly what they want to use it for. The use would be more concerning than the structure itself. The structure is approved on the site. It is approved for this particular use. I don't think we'd have the potential to have it removed from the site, but we would have the option to look at what it was proposed to be used for.
Thanks, Councillor Zanino. Any other questions, members? Okay, I'll ask for a mover and seconder to endorse the item. Seconded by Commissioner Brooks. All those in favour? All those against? Carried, thank you. Thank you very much for that, Mark. We'll move on to the next item, which you're also joining us for, item 3.2, development application, extension to existing place of worship at lot 5, Ukage Close in Middle Swan for determination. Mark, thank you again for the report. Do you wish to add anything to this? Perhaps talk a little bit more about the non-conforming use element?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, so it is a non-conforming use issued ultimately by an approval from the State Administrative Tribunal. The scheme allows for non-conforming uses to be considered for extensions through the development application process. The applicants are using that site. They actually own the 2 lots side by side. They're using this site for a place of public worship. They are looking to build the new building purely. At the moment, they have all the children generally in the main building during their ceremonies and other things they do, and they'd like their children to have a separate breakout space where they could go separately. So they've advised us that there's going to be no increase in the amount of people using the site, and it is just a new building for that use and to be used by the children and families. We're happy with the setbacks from the site. It is a very large site. It's got good setbacks from the roads, from the site boundaries. We've got no history of complaints or anything surrounding the use of the site. And we've recommended that under the non-conforming use provisions of the scheme that this can be supported.
Thank you very much for that, Mark. Members, questions on this item? Member Hurt?
Just clarification, Mark. The second lot, that's where the new building is going to go.
No, through you, Chair, it remains on the same lot as the main building, yes.
Any further questions on the item? No, thank you very much for that, Mark. Can I please call for a mover and seconder?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
There is a problem with the site, as you're probably not aware of. Stormwater, massive problem on the site. It was raised 2 years ago. I had photos from 2 years ago. The area that currently was supposed to have kept all stormwater on site. It doesn't. It flows into the street and onto the next door neighbour's property. Looking at the area that was already there, got a problem. Increasing that area, can we as a group put in a condition of stormwater exactly stating a size that the stormwater go into a dam?
Through you, Chair, we would have to have some technical evidence of how we arrived at a condition such as that. Generally, a standard cover-all condition would be that all stormwater must be contained on site.
And that is included at clause 3.
So if there is an ongoing issue, it's certainly something that we could raise with the city and talk to them and go back to the applicant and say that they're not complying with the condition.
There is a problem already. Existing.
Member Rex, this then states all stormwater must be contained and disposed of on site at all times. So then that could become a compliance issue.
We can't specify the size. That's what I'm getting down to. Because we take an example. Sorry, Charlie. Charlie's shop's up there. He has a 35 metre by 35 metre containment area. This wouldn't have a 5 metre by 5 metre containment area. So there's no comparison. That's what I'm looking at.
No, through you, Chair, no, we'd have to go through the city and work out what they think is a reasonable out, why it would be done through an enforcement procedure.
I'm just raising the issue. Sure will come up.
Yep.
Thank you, noted. But I think the condition does.
Yeah, I see that.
Over there, yeah.
I want to be specific.
Come on. That condition.
Oh, sorry.
It was on the other one,
Sorry, my
but
apologies.
it's not actually on this one.
Can we
Can we add it?
Would there be any issue with the committee adding that condition to this application?
It's the same as the
My
other.
apologies, I've misled you. Would there be any issue with that, Mark, at this stage, given that this is an extension or an addition? Could that condition be added at this point?
Yes, Chair, there would be no problem.
Okay, all right. Well, is that a foreshadowed amendment?
Yes.
Before we move, yeah, I'll just check if there's any further questions before we move to the motion. Okay, so we do have a foreshadowed amendment, but we'll go to the motion first. So Commissioner Brooks, you're moving the amendment. Thank you. Is that seconded by Member Rex? Thank you very much. Any dissent? No, thank you. And then so we are dealing then with the amended motion with a new condition. Which number should we give that condition? That'll be 4, which is to add that stormwater must be contained on site. So that is an amended motion before us now. Can I please have a mover and second? It is moved by Member Hurt and seconded by Commissioner Brooks. Thank you very much. Any dissent? That is carried. Thank you. Thank you very much for picking that up. Confidential items, we do have nil items, but we will still move to confidential session because we do have urgent or other business. So can I please have a mover and seconder that we move to confidential session? That's moved by Member Franklin, seconded by Councillor Zanino. Any dissent? Thank you very much.
Right now.